Hello, hello. It's PirateWeasel back at it again today on our first time Black Reliquary run. I think we left off in the middle of a dungeon here, so gonna be able to hop right back into the action.
The Levantines seek to establish an outpost.
Okay.
Are we simply going to let them?
We still have armor piercing for 2 turns here. These things all have some blocks, so might as well just kill off this thing for now. It's pretty much guaranteed. Hex is showing -1 damage, so might not be able to pop the shields with that. And yeah, more concerned about taking the stress caster off the board for now. Ouch. Okay then. So we are on what kind of shrapnel here? Why is it not showing my bullet type here? Yeah, like there we go. I think it's a bit of a bug when I load into the game. It should just show that for me automatically. Oh well. So we do have smoke screen here. This can actually pop the shield as well. No, it's minus 100% damage, so this would do 0 damage. Unless, of course, I change the ammo type. Maybe not. Yeah, just try to kill this. Samson, hello. Glad to have you back, buddy. Oh, I guess that makes up for all that. Okay, now we pop the scale here. Let's try to get some heals in now. We don't have any fight coming up the next few tiles, so Shadow Fade doesn't do anything much for us. Except getting her out of position to be attacked, I suppose. Nice. Makes up for the crit. Okay, good thing I didn't kill there. What I'm hoping to do is... Oh. I guess it's fine. Let's just heal her up. Speed at 12, speed at 12. I should honestly just kill. Don't want them to take a turn. Hey! Another win for... Well, actually, this item just gave me stress. Because I got a crit.
Another skirmish,
but okay.
Another step.
Swear Perfection is a hidden accuracy penalty? Yeah, maybe. Hey, we have the Profane Scroll. So this used to be a trinket for Bonk Vestal. Now it's been retooled to, I guess, a general trinket for plus damage and crit. Okay, it's pretty hefty plus side. Now you do get a plus 6% crits received chance, and an additional plus crits received chance if religious. Okay, so that's playing into the profane part of the trinket name. So it does make religious enemies or religious heroes a little bit more vulnerable. Now I am running out of room, but luckily this should be a fine time to camp. We do have one battle left on our buffs here though. Should I save our camp buffs? So for another battle I get plus 10% versus, or just plus 10 crit in general. And then plus scouting. No, that's fine, I can just camp here, clear up some inventory space. Yeah, and then... Okay, we do have an opportunity to get a very good Revelant potentially, but Helene herself is not going to have much stress.
Rest. We will need your strength come daybreak.
The Vartas Darix, 250 gold each. I do want to take the Profane Scroll so I can sell it. Lucky Talon. Okay, so this used to be for Bounty Hunter, but now it's just plus size for anybody with no downside, so that seems pretty good to me. Yeah, kind of running out of space here. Alright, let's go through one by one. Valor Marks, I need these heirlooms. Dune Lily is super good. Shovels, definitely gotta hold on to those. The Darks I probably will end up tossing. Food I need, kits I need, Matkas, Amber. Amber is, yeah, this is not the dust, so you don't get that much of this. I do want to keep that. Bandages, maybe. Guide, honing oil I want. Seems that there are not that many cures for keys, to be honest. It really doesn't seem like it. I can't remember if I passed a curio on the way here that looked like it could use a torch. I don't think so. I don't remember that. Oh, but the darks do stack pretty well, so 20 times 250, we're looking at like 5,000 gold here. Yeah. So 3 darks is not much. Matkas though, you only have a stack of 8, so this is an heirloom. There hasn't seemed to have been that many bleeds. I do have bleed curing with the medic's boots here. I think I actually do want the Matox. We'll see if I regret it. Wait, the game bugged? Wait, no, never mind. I was like, where's my food selection thing? I already ate the food. So, let's do ambush prevention. Horror is incurable, interesting. I really don't want to deal with the ambush. We specifically brought the extra herbs so we could revel, just like how we do in the base game sometimes. The revel buff is... Well, you know what? I should have read this a little bit more carefully. The debuff you get from revel is not as bad as the accuracy and speed penalty in the base game, so all you get now is minus 10 stress for... Wait a second. What are the downsides? Okay, no, it's still minus 5 accuracy, minus 4 speed. They put the downsides at the start of the skill. Usually that goes at the bottom. That's why it threw me off. So, yeah, let's do it. Heal 20 stress. It's pretty efficient for my team here. Let me see if this still works. Can I clear this debuff off? I think I do want a sharpen sphere no matter what. Champion's Ego, really good, but again, this time the math works a little bit better. We can sharpen sphere, Champion's Ego, and then do hobby. Otherwise, we don't need scouting so much anymore. The dungeon's almost over, so yeah, sharpen sphere, Champion's Ego. I guess we don't even need to hobby in that case. So scouting would be fine, to be honest. You know, I think it does make sense to me now that find supplies is a cost of 2 camp points. Resupply used to cost 1 in the base game. It did the same thing, but these supply items you can really high roll on some of these supply items because they're a lot more expensive in the base game. You have things that are worth like 500 gold, 750 gold. So I could also hit this instead of scouting. Yeah, there's only 2 rooms left to be scouted. I don't really care about scouting though. Or you can also get guaranteed 2 disease kits too. That's pretty insane actually. Yeah, sure. Yeah, see, this archaeology kit is pretty expensive. I think that's like 500 gold at least.
Against the light, our foes will fall.
Okay, so this should be able to clear this debuff off with sensor. Oh, fuck me. I guess I misremember what the sensor does. So that just gave me a buff. It's the equivalent of holy water, I guess. Is it the cleansing salts? Okay, so the cleansing salt is the equivalent of the herbs. I gotta remember that. Cleansing salt is herbs. Alum sensor is holy water, pretty much, as far as battle buffs go. It does suck to have to use all of my cleansing salts, so I can't use them for curios, but it does free up a slot in my inventory. You know what, let me hit this up on the way back. I feel like I should have touched this before, but maybe the supply item I used is not here anymore. Maybe it was the salts, actually. Oh, okay. This is right when I dropped my keys, too. But let's see if we have an opportunity to upgrade the trinket here. So can we do this? Sweet. 2% crit, minus 33% stress healing done, okay. Suffers 6 damage instead of 4, plus 50 effect damage per difficulty. Okay, so I think that means in veteran missions, we would get plus 3 extra suffer damage, and then champion, I guess it goes to, yeah, plus 12 suffer damage on crit. On attack crit, self plus 3, so I am punished to an extent for getting crits. The only upside, I guess, there's 2 upsides. The suffer 6 damage, and then the 2% flat crit across the board. The next level is additional crit on attack crit target take plus 2 additional damage. I'm assuming that's suffer damage if it's consistent. Additional minus 30% stress healing received from crits. Very interesting. Yeah, I think you're right, Samson. I think that was the salt, but it's okay. I'd rather clear the debuffs off my team. So scouting is done. Let's see if we can utilize some of the new trinkets we just got. Plus damage and crit, I do like that. Crit receive chance, who would that be the least bad on? I think I'd rather have some more consistent damage than the stun amulet, but then again, obviously Grave Robber can utilize the Profane Scroll pretty handily. She is not going to be receiving extra crit chance on top of that because she's not religious. So this does make sense to me, and then I can just slap the Charm of Rage onto Hellion and go for less yops here. And then we don't need Seer Stone anymore, so let's say Lucky Talon. And then this is still fine, I guess. Although I don't really care about the plus 20% max HP. Anyway, we don't need change ammo now, since we just said that we're going to just take the standard shot for everything. So standard ammo on buckshot is armor piercing, 40% damage. Don't really care about that. Bombard hits the entire team, obviously very good for the prep round. Probably is the best thing to do in the prep round besides smokescreen even. Debuffs the back 3 ranks for protection, accuracy. That seems very good for the types of enemies in this region. And then Bombard. Standard ammo just breaks guard, but it does do some damage to the thing. Bombard does do damage. But the concussive debuff is much better for minus dodge and accuracy. Here does my stun resist. And here's a chance to stun. Now that I'm looking at it, I feel like concussive ammo is actually better. Samson, the additional damage on enemies has been hilariously come in handy. Yes, it has been a difference between killing an enemy or not at least 3 times now since our last session. So I am seeing the value more and more. Like, in my mind I was surprised because like usually when you crit an enemy they're just dead, especially with someone like Grave Robber, but no, these enemies are a little bit tanky, especially with all the prot. And I'm pretty sure the suffer keyword probably ignores prot, so I'm assuming it is a unique keyword that's not just doing straightforward damage. I wouldn't be surprised if suffer gets around protection too. Anyway, I do really like the debuff, the concussive ammo debuff. So let me play around with this actually. Okay, why don't you see how this works out. And if I am gonna... Well, I can't take stunning millet right now. It's fine, we'll just leave that off for now. I do believe I still want to target the Firewalker here. I don't really care. I mean, the commander is kind of annoying, to be honest, for the buffs. He is not that tanky either. Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea just to kill this guy for now. Can kill him first and then the Firewalker. It's gonna take longer to kill just so these guys don't get too many buffs off this guy. So they do have position dependent buffs here. Plus speed and prot in position 1, plus prot and speed in position 2, so wow. The buff that this guy applies is very susceptible to stumble, obviously. Because if they get switched out of position, they lose both their buffs. That's very odd to think about. I thought I had a ability that causes stumble with Musketeer. It is concussive ammo, but the smoke screen ability only hits the back 3 ranks, and I didn't equip it for this one, so we'll just go ahead with our plan with concussive ammo. Oh, but you know what? I failed to consider that Bombard does not ignore the prep round. So I do need smokescreen for the pep round, actually. That was something I failed to think about. Yeah. Okay. Gotta learn through experience there. I assumed that the cleave ability would ignore prep round, but it's only the other one. I'm surprised the fire doesn't apply a damage over time, like a new kind of status effect, as opposed to horror. I mean, we do know that there is a fire damage over time status in DD2. So let's try to kill this guy. He has already taken his turn though, unfortunately. Which means I could go for a lunge on this guy actually. 10 speed, 16 speed, 12 speed. I could just kill this guy before he has a turn. Yeah. But see, this is what I mean though, like, in the situation where I just one-shot the guy, the axe is actually strictly bad because it just gives me stress and prevents stress healing. It's very interesting. Minus accuracy for 3 turns. I already used all my salts. This guy's already amber blighted, this one is not. I really want to kill this thing. But this guy does do stress as well. But he might just use leading slash a lot.
Strikes him down. Do not
If he doesn't have enough teammates to buff, is my assumption. Good. So this guy can only use leading slash now, is my assumption. Good. Oh, so let's remember to swap to the ammo we want, which is concussive, I believe. So, wait, which one's the best one here? It's actually going to be, again, standard, because the best debuff for the smokescreen is going to be the minus prot and accuracy. So we do want to go with standard and then work our way around that. This is the standard ammo, I believe. Yeah, okay, so we're on the standard ammo. Let's go ahead and cure off the Occultist Bleed, which we can do only because we have the Smethic's Boots equipped. That's why I threw out my bandages, like I said. So that did work out as planned. Oh my god!
We press on.
Again, one of my favorite trinkets in the base game, I will run Surgical Gloves well into, like, champion dungeons in the base game. And in this one, I'm still seeing the accuracy and the crit, but of course, they have added a minus 10% damage downside, which is pretty hefty. Now, I will say I think that is a fair balance, because otherwise, Surgical Gloves was just kind of way too busted as an uncommon trinket, in my opinion, for the base game. They try to balance it with, like, minus debuff resist in the base game, but, you know, this nerf to the trinket kind of makes it a little bit iffy whether I really want it or not. Crit and accuracy obviously very good. Minus damage does make crit a little worse though, because the crit modifier is going to be decreased. The max damage from crit will be decreased pretty heftily. The accuracy is always nice though. I think I would still equip this, if nothing else. On average, I do think this is giving you more damage than without this trinket, just because of the accuracy, and then the crit on top of that does raise your average damage output as well. So I think I'd still equip this, especially because you have some synergy too, right? Like, you can obviously see the synergy here with the Whispering Axe, because, you know, if you get the minus damage with this item, then it's fine, because if you don't kill anything outright with the crit, then the Whispering Axe will do 6 suffer damage, armor piercing on top of that. So it is like going to be a quip here. I'd rather avoid the downside of plus crits received in this case. Okay, so that was the last battle here, so we can be a little bit more liberal with our supplies. I have not opened the stone reliquary with the shovel yet, or anything, maybe. It's not the shovel, interesting. So it could be the archaeology kit. Nope. I have a lot of archaeology kits. Interesting. I'm just gonna try all of these just because I have too many in my inventory. And now I will open it. I don't need this many archaeology kits. The buff again is Trap Disarm for 16 turns. Very interesting. Okay, we do have a spawn battle here. Let's switch out our skills like we talked about. Smokescreen. Now we have a decision between Bombard and Bandages. The Bombard for standard breaks guard and does a little bit of damage. Okay. For all 4 ranks. Otherwise we get some damage to the first 2 ranks, which she would have a bit of a struggle hitting otherwise. But we do have Stock Strike as well. Minus 33% damage mod, as opposed to minus 60, but increased damage and armor piercing. I have not played with Buckshot much yet, so I'll give it a try. And then, can we Profane score anybody? Accuracy and speed, and damage and crits. 5 damage, 3 crit, as opposed to 15 damage and 5 crit. I think this is a worthy trade-off, TBH. And then I would like to see, yeah, some more damage here. I don't really need the life crystal. Okay, more of these Torchless specific enemies. Okay, so we do know that these guys apply Aegis scales to their teammates, which is pretty annoying, so I'm gonna go ahead and target these guys first. But we had a lot more success with our team in this mission, just because, first of all, I upgraded the first skill levels, so they have more accuracy and damage, and then I guess we have just more knowledge and trinkets overall. So the minus damage for the off on prep round doesn't really matter on these guys, but I guess we can reduce their dodge a bit. They do a pretty considerable dodge. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a waste. Wait. Wait a sec, what did he just get? Just resistances across the board? Which he doesn't take bleed anybody anyway. And he has 2 blocks. Okay, so just like in the base game, their blocks may stack up to 2 as well. Possibly more. I'm gonna guess not though. And you know what? Before I forget too, we're gonna want to use our honing oil for this fight, because it should last a considerable amount of time, and all these enemies do have prots, so it'd be a good opportunity to use this on Hellion and the Grave Robber, and just get those out of their inventory. So next off, I will want to get the Amber Blight on this one. Okay, 1631, like I said, we do our honing oil. Now it does 18 to 37. I guess we could just straight up kill one of these Aphers though. On average this will die, on average this lives. Yeah, you know what? I do think I want to kill one of these things.
What a death stroke.
Yeah, don't really care about damage so much as stress. Okay, so a new move he just used there in position 2. I don't think he's used that move before. But we have minus dodge and accuracy and plus crits receive chance. Okay, interesting. Do I still want to use the oil here? I think so. I might not necessarily have any more fights after this. So we do have an opportunity. Oh, you know what? We can't even use buckshot because we're not in rank 3. Okay. So that's going to make us reevaluate our skill sets here. So we can either use Bombard or Stock Strike in rank 4, but Bombard just seems pretty bad to me as far as what we've seen. There are guards, not much riposte though. It could even just be change ammo, honestly. Just start knocking off some of these scales here. I love that creaking sound effect. Wasn't fast enough though. Or wasn't enough damage, unfortunately. That's okay. Okay, hopefully a cultist goes first so I can knock this shit block off. Oh, wow. It's almost an affliction. At least these 3 heroes are all pretty healthy enough to not need any stress healing facilities next week. That's always very nice. I don't want this thing to go first because it has pretty high speed. Wow, that's a fat-ass crit. It's probably the biggest crit we've seen so far. Because of the Profane Scroll.
Wars consist of a great many battles. Continue.
Okay, so no buckshot. Is there enough utility in Smokescreen with change ammo? Stumble does seem like it has some utility. Shrapnel ammo suffers 7 damage, so I guess we can test to see if Suffer does pierce through protection. So you know what? Yeah, I'll keep change ammo on. It'd be nice to find a key for this thing, unless the archaeologist... Okay, we know the kit doesn't do anything. How about the sensor? Nope. You know what? It's weird because, like... I wonder if I can put, like, one of these things here. No, okay. I'm actually going to look for a key. We know that, I do remember there being archaeology curios here, and there is a... This curio, we know for sure, can do something good with the salts, but we can experiment with other curios too. She is going into the heal all stress facility no matter what, so let's see whose stress we can get down. Probably just the cultists. He has the increased trap disarm from the archaeology kit. Another one of these things. Let's get our scouting trinkets on now, at least for a moment. A vendor, okay. Now you know we have to see what that is, so let's see it. I guess we are taking another fight. To go for the champion or the sniper. Quiver draw. I'm not sure I've seen the attack he does after he uses quiver draw, and maybe I don't want to, but 27 HP, 50. I think if I use Amber Blight on this guy, Lunge should just kill him. It does debuff the damage he does too. And this guy's always using a turn to prep his attack. Is the multiple arrows, each with different effects after quiver draw? Okay. But why is it I don't see his That's interesting. Some of his abilities are not visible now after you use quiver draw. Well, we'll see what he does. Okay, so we ignore prep run and we can make everyone suffer 7 damage. They do have some prod, so we can see if they actually take 7 damage. Otherwise, stumble, minus protection, and accuracy. I do want to experiment here to see how much damage they actually take. Okay, so Suffer does get through prot, we know that now. Marks, okay, that's very good for my... Okay, well, I guess I talked a little bit too much shit about this guy. So that was a fat-ass attack. And, okay. Wow. I've been getting a lot of virtues for a 50% base chance. I think it's been 2 afflictions and 2 virtues so far. So, again, this guy doesn't show like what that move is called, where he just hit me. Why is it I only see cursory retreat and quiver draw on this moveset? Oh well. Yep, that's about what I expected when you self-mark yourself there. I'm pretty sure this guy can't attack into rank 4. Yeah, so there's no way that Musketeer can die until the sniper takes his turn. I guess we will still heal. No, when he had the arrow, there was like he had a different moveset that was also not like what he actually used. Wow, you know what, actually too? Okay, so you just noticed this too. You do have a lower base virtue chance, but what you notice is that rolling a virtue, it seems to have cleared a lot more stress than the virtue does in the base game too. Yeah, I think in the base game you'd have like 20-25 stress after virtuing, but she pretty much went down to 0, almost. Vision for the crit there. Was that cursory retreat? I didn't see it. Oh well. Okay, yeah, would only make sense. Lowest damage possible into punish. Okay, not punished.
Our injuries will mount. We must rebound.
Okay, so that fight actually healed like 100 stress off my team or more.
An adequate performance for now. Keep it up.
Let's see what the vendor has. I'm assuming there's no way there's a fight in this room, so let's put on the scouting trinkets. Wait, why is the brain scroll off? Oh, because I swapped them off of her instead. I think we have seen this curio before. Yeah, never mind. It took like Darks, I'm pretty sure. Did not get a scout. I'm not too interested in exploring further then. There's more than enough curios to satisfy us here. So let's feed it some a Matak or a Darik. And the jewelry here doesn't tell me how much. Oh, this must be an heirloom type item.
I am sure the previous
Yeah, I'm
owner
assuming I get better stuff from the more rare loot. I would only grab this for the 1700 or that 1300 gold. Mystical skills, this is worth considering too. Like having just accuracy, well, Lucky Talent's strictly better here, kind of. Because we don't care about the damage, but we care more about the dodge. And it applies to more than just mystical skills. So I'm gonna ditch that. The alum sensor, I'm fairly certain we're not gonna use that at this point. Okay, so shovel does do something here. Maybe it gives me a little bit more loot than opening it by hand. No keys for this, unfortunately. I guess we'll just touch with our bare hands and see. I'm going to leave the second one for if we find a key, though. Let's try a few things on this, though. Okay, that's awful. Plus 5% damage versus Vartas enemies, though. Forcibly interact with Vartas-related curios. Okay. Not a big fan of that. Oh good, you can eliminate some of my decision making, I guess, at the very least. Just turn off my brain and let Helene do all the work. So I'm actually gonna use one of the archaeology kits to increase my trap disarm here, funnily enough. I think I want to save my kits. Oh, interesting. So even though I already clicked on it, like usually in the base game, as soon as you walk up to it, the forced interaction will occur. But this time, it waited until after I had closed my menu screen, so I wonder if that's intentional or not. That's such a strange decision to consciously make as a change to the game. I really can't see the reasoning behind it. Could have been intentional. Let's try the kit here. Okay, so the archaeology kit works there. Very nice.
But requires funds.
We could just take the Onks and leave. Yeah, I think so. That's enough for now. Just keep everyone at 0 stress. Very successful mission, finishing with 0 stress on
An
everyone.
example has been set today. No trespassers.
Hero money, I guess it's a way to allow you to use an item on the hero, even if it's an otherwise forced interaction. Yeah, maybe it does give you a chance to use a curio, and then if you refuse to, that's when the forced interaction kicks in. Which would honestly make forced interactions a lot easier to manage, because the whole point of those in the base game was that it didn't give you a chance to actually do that, but we still don't know that for sure. Gains buff on using some provisions, bandages, anti-venom, and cleansing salts. Okay, sure. My stress healing done, doesn't matter.
Rather frigid this eye up, isn't it? With a warm drink you'll hardly notice.
Engineers have arrived. See to it that their quarters are ready within the hour. We've got a great deal to build. Side deck upgrades available. Lost the bet for 5,000. Whatever. Brawl in the pit, no longer selfish. No longer hopeless. Okay, we actually won more gold than we lost. Okay. Nice. De-stress, feeling relaxed. Okay, pretty good. So what is this event then? Oh, okay, we have side decks. So... okay, I see. So the side deck district equivalent of the base game is unlocked this week. They had an event to announce that this is unlocked. So we have Electrum Health, gain additional respite points for camp. Okay. Premium suppliers, gain 2 additional respite points. Again with the respite points? Okay. Really? I guess it is a bit more powerful, these respite point buffs, when you have 1 extra camp for each type of mission. So really the effects of these are both doubled in a sense compared to the base game. Commissary plus idle stress heal in town. Okay, so that's the equivalent of the performance hall, with the exception of it healing actually 5 less stress per week than what it would in that game. It's also more expensive, so that's interesting. Automat requires commissary. Okay, so with the addition of these two, then you kind of have the equivalent of a performance hall. It just looks like insanely expensive for what it does, so I'm really kind of questioning that, to be honest. Archaeological Sanctum, relic inventory stack increase, that's good. Museum requires the Sanctum, additional stacking, okay. These are not that expensive compared to the other ones. The counting station, gold inventory stack increased by 500, okay. Dark inventory increased by 5, that's also good. The vault, additional stacking, 505. Oh my god, there are so many districts here. I'm not going to read through all of them just yet. I think it's a little bit too boring to do just yet. Okay. We do have our old friends here, the Houndmaster, the Occultist, or the Abomination of the Highwayman, and he is hot to trot, which is now an accuracy multiplier on the prep round. I still think that it's not worth the risking in the prep round. Okay, but you do have Grape Shot Blast, so it is still good, because you can use the prep round abilities, and those abilities will have the accuracy. I still don't think this makes it worth using a damage ability on the prep round. Definitely want
For the
you.
repentant thief, redemption can be its own prize.
Same
In
with
a time
you.
of untrustworthy people, a dog is a beacon of faith.
What is the change to beast piles here? Ignore prep round and minus prot. Not bad. The blight is actually also significantly more than in the base game at level 1. So before it used to be 2 points of bleed for 3 turns at level 1. Now it's been well then again, it's all the numbers are doubled, so never mind. It's just the same. Cure Horror, okay. Rake is... okay, it's still buffing Rake. May Rage is the same. Slam. Minus damage on prep round, really? Oh, but it ignores prep round's accuracy reduction, okay. So, if enemies do need to be moved, you can hit transform and slam, and that's not bad. You also get a plus 10% damage buff on transform now. Plus stress if faithless / religious. Really? Okay, so you get plus stress even if the affiliation is faithless. Meaning the only affiliation that doesn't get stress from transformation, additional stress rather, is pagan. And then you also get a minus speed buff when transforming back to human, okay. I think there were some pretty bad people on my team I want to get rid of. Yeah, I don't need this guy, so if I can help it, I won't expand the stagecoach this week.
Now, they'd have no hope later.
Feeble does matter actually for transformation. Boisterous plus 10% while marked. This doesn't do anything to me. Like, that conditional of prot in my stress is kind of insane. I think I'll just take the abomination here.
Only to rise above.
Let's take a look at the quest offerings here. We do have a boss unlocked, it looks like. We'll take a look at that in a second. Let's go through all the curios. Debuff charm, protection, stress charm. So, interestingly enough, I saw Mathjack had this trinket when he was doing his champion runs, and I had no idea what this was. Like, I'd never seen this in the base game before, but apparently it is a console version exclusive. Like, you start out with this trinket and another one. Anyway, that's where the arc came from, and I think the effect is actually the same as well. That which watches debuff chance, mark skill chance, and flat accuracy. Pretty good. Suffering's Collar. Now we have stress healing done and stress received. Transfer marks to self. I'm not really excited about that. So this is like the same thing as the boots. Okay, but it's not the same, which I like. It kind of confirms for me that Arbalist and Musketeer have been retooled to different classes. Their trinkets do different things now. Chain pendant, still as bad as always. Wait, is this class specific? They even made the lock trinkets a non-class specific? That surprises me, because the locks are really kind of flavor for the abomination chains and stuff. Warrior's Bracer looks pretty good, no downsides. I think this is the other one, Endurance Stone. This looks like the other piece of art that was in the console-only trinkets. Plus 20% blight amount applied is so interesting to me. Like, if you're applying 5 blight and it goes to 6, and over 3 turns that's an additional 3 points of blight. Nah. And the accuracy stone is a lot better. Was there even an accuracy stone in the base game? I can't remember. I don't think so, because I would remember a common trinket that gives you accuracy. I think this used to be the crit stone in the base game. Okay, so Blade the Second Crusade, Judicator only. Plus accuracy on melee mystical skills, minus dodge, on mystical attack crit, and mark the target. Not bad. These upsides are definitely worth it for the downside. And it also scales up. Okay, so something interesting about these trinkets is that some of them scale up with the difficulty of the mission, is what I'm assuming. Which both makes them worse and better, right? It makes them worse in levels early on, and it makes them better in the later levels. Because otherwise, in the base game, you'd just be taking like endgame trinkets to apprentice mission levels, and that was kind of OP. Like Blasphemous Smile, Demon's Culture, and all that. Now you have trinkets that are dependent on the actual level difficulty. Sun Crown, basically still the same thing. You get some Virtue Chance now too, instead of just the stress reduction. And now we save the best for last. Killing the Levantine Janissary. One of the Vizier's most talented Janissaries stands tall and proud in his camp, boldly displaying his location to us and boasting that he will give us an honorable defeat. Okay. So the... Let's see. I'm assuming these are both boss-specific quest rewards. So plus accuracy for 17. On attack hit, the debuff can't be guarded, which is relevant for the grunts at least. Debuff chance per difficulty. Condemned this valley, fade to honorable. Okay, so it's a set. Riposte attack. Riposte attacks when hit. And riposte plus an accuracy, so this just gives you riposte permanently when you have this set equipped. And then this one is only relevant if you do have riposte. Okay, yeah, you know what, let's go for it. If I am going for a boss though, I am going to want to have the forge upgraded, which we can do like weapons and a cost reduction. I do want the first boss to go well. But let's see what kind of team I have to scrunch together. So now I have to be actually a little bit deliberate in my team building here, rather than just picking something that works. Okay, it looks like instead of the skull icon too, you have some chains here to indicate that some quirks are locked in. Plus damage and accuracy for 17 is pretty good. I am assuming that the boss... I'm just going to make like an assumption here that the boss is going to be vulnerable to marked strategies. Giant Slayer, he might be size 2. I would like to cure Coward off though. We do have plus damage for Spartan's enemies. Seems hasty. Like, normally you would not go for a boss on week 4, but the difference is that in this mod, you don't have level 0 champions, right? So by the time in the base game where I have all level 1 and 2 heroes and a good variety of trinkets and also the skills and weapons unlocked, it is about time to start doing bosses. And if I die, then, you know, I can learn something. Otherwise, the next best option for me, I think, would be to go for an accuracy stone. Or a warrior's bracer. But again, I think common trinkets will get outclassed so quickly that there's no point in trying to go for them specifically. Suncrown is never going to be relevant for my run when I'm doing Torchless. Could it be the Judicator's Blade? Yeah, you know what? I think... No, I don't think we're being too hasty here. Let's try to pick a level 2 team, though. Like, because I don't know what the boss does, knowledge is my biggest weakness here, so even if I were to spend like 2-3 extra weeks preparing for a boss, I could just still die to a mechanic that I'm not aware of, or to a boss mechanic, so I think it's better to just go for it and trust in my decision making on the spot and my team. I do think I like the idea of Giant Slayer. Maybe it's even the same exact team, honestly. We could benefit from having a guard though, because we don't know what this boss does. I would like 2 sources of healing though. Is there any hints we can get about the boss from the description here? We know he probably has riposte, so it would be nice to clear riposte from smoke. What is it? Bombard? Well, Bombard ignores riposte. It doesn't say it breaks riposte, so maybe not. Can you be the man-at-arms, Num? Sure. Same offer to you guys, I guess. If you guys want to follow, then I will happily name some people for you. Sub or follow, get a name on the roster. Yeah, exciting times though. We're gonna go for a boss this week, I've decided. I have to think of some way to deal with riposte, because just the quest reward items here obviously hint at riposte as a mechanic. Is there any character that actually breaks riposte? We have ignores riposte. That's like so nothing though. I mean, I guess it's not nothing, but for a cleave ability to ignore riposte but not break it. Houndmaster's abilities look unchanged for the most part. Houndslayer is actually a little bit better. In the base game, at level 1 it only does 1 point of bleed. Now it's more than double to 3 points of bleed, which is about comparable to Champion. Cry Havoc seems to just do guaranteed stress heal now, which is a nice quality of life change. But yeah, I don't have any abilities that break riposte. Does Man at Arms provide anything against the boss otherwise? Bolster, I'm assuming, does work for the entire battle still, but I forget if this actually has a limited use or not. I don't think so, no. Because if it has limited use or a cooldown, then it would say so. Bolster being just, you know, something you have to refresh makes it a little bit worse in my opinion. The camp buffs would be quite good against the boss though. So who would I want as my damage dealer then? Grave Robber or Hellion is another question. Two damage healers here. I do like the idea of Giant Slayer though. You know what, screw it, we'll just go all damage. See what happens. Where's my crit chance stuff? Profane Scroll, that's the one. Rat Carcass could be good if the boss has any self-heals. I think I would like some protection on the cultist though, but maybe I can afford that. Searstone would still kind of be nice, I think, though. Charm of Rage or Accuracy and Dodge? It seems to me that Musketeer is not using like a damaging ability most of the time, so having passive dodge and accuracy to hit cleave attacks seems a bit better to me. It is really strange feeling to not take an item that's just like plus damage and crit with no downsides. But I think it's still fine. Okay, no one needs a stress heal, so that's good. We can refine. No, we don't have anything to refine. I am gonna go for weapons, I think. Or, you know what? It's hard to say. You can get damage and crit. Or dodge and HP. Or both. I just have to convert for 6. But let's get these things in first. So, reduce the cost of skill upgrades would be nice. And then that is these block looking things, Valor Marks. Okay, that would use up exactly the right amount of Valor Marks. What else uses Valor Marks? It's fine. This is the most important. Let's keep our costs down. Reckless Rage could be good for a boss fight, I'm assuming. Just get everything. I forgot about this ability. Ignore prep runs Axe reduction. Not a big fan. Is there any consideration for poison darts when it comes to this boss? Ignores prep runs Axe reduction. Blights 16 damage. Minus blight amount on prep round. Debuffs blight resist. Not really that excited about it. Back 1. Stun chance. Maybe. Let's give ourselves the option. I think I like the idea of finishing fights faster by killing things faster. It's only come kind of close once when Musketeer got one shot last mission, but I think we should be okay. Okay, so anything we can heal off quirk-wise. We do have a fair amount of gold to work with, it looks like. Hard skin, ooh, that's pretty good. For Man-at-Arms, get rid of Clumsy, lock in hard skin, it's one option. Hesitant is never going to be active when it comes to Crusader. Not really caring about any of that. I gotta remember, I'm looking to replace this Flagellant and this Abomination. Neither of them are that good. Sickly... what is this? Garners boons from spilled blood. On turn start, random allies suffer 10% max damage. Buff party plus damage and speed if non-religious. 10% chance. What? Oh, okay. Wait. No, I still don't get it. Is the guaranteed suffer 10%? So... and like, what does spilled blood mean? If someone's bleeding, I guess? I'm going to make an assumption if it's someone bleeding, then on turn start, someone random on my team will guarantee suffer 10% max HP damage. But then this buff party thing, it's only a 10% chance. So if someone is bleeding, we have a 10% chance of getting these buffs on non-religious affiliated characters. Yeah, it's just a bad quirk. So getting rid of that and locking out the trot would be good, but let's start with Man-at-Arms. Get rid of Clumsy, lock in hard skin. That's very cheap compared to what it would cost to do this in the base game. Yeah, 10% total max HP guaranteed is kind of insane. Alright, let's go for it. Actually, survivalist skills. Let's go all in now that we have gold to work with. Okay, let's get this. Sharpened Sphere. Dark Strength. Night moves. damage. Alright, let's see what happens. There's nothing else, right? The ferry, training hall, galley, no, forge, trinkets, funeral sites, the helm, Amber workshop, clinic. Okay, we should be good. So cleansing salt, we'll take a full stack of that. We know that that's the herb equivalent, so we can hit revel if we need to. Someone would have to tell me what laudanum actually does, because I was not able to apply. Not only was I not able to apply remove horde with this, I couldn't even like use it passively for some kind of buff. So I have no idea what that does. This is the holy water equivalent. Okay. It's getting kind of expensive here, but it's okay. I guess we can take some scales, maybe. I'll take one scale. We'll see. It's a boss fight. Who knows? I'm not yet sure how big of a resource this is. I have an idea. It's about 50 of these to buy half the trinkets off the contraband wagon. I think we should be good here. Alright,
This is not a
BRB
man
folks.
of villainy, nor a man of machinations. He is a man of honor, of dignity. The conquest on the valley is not his calling, not his purpose. Nonetheless, he stands steadfast between us and the Reliquary. Grant this janissary a noble death. Locate the commander's camp and put a stop to his reign. The amber grows brightly in the
Okay,
dark.
starting off with a nice scout here. We got a vendor here. I think I want to circle back. I don't know how... Well, you know what? Actually, no, I don't need to circle back. I can actually... I can't get the shovel out of the inventory, but I'm not making any progress towards the boss walking in this direction. Skip it for now. Okay. Annoying. Trap disarm is at 90% only? Or why? Well, if we didn't get the scout, then I'm more inclined to hit up this area for a second chance at the scout. It's assuming we don't spawn a backtrack battle,
Secure it
though.
and march on. We still have much to do.
Yeah, that's actually pretty hefty. Okay, so there's another thing there for when we backtrack. Okay, no backtrack battle.
More than our enemies will attempt to impede us.
I thought I brought like 3 of these. Oh well. Okay, very nice. We'll go back around, I guess. Riches exchange for supplies. What did I give him last time? I'm not seeing here. I don't need the anti-venoms probably. Let's see what it gives me for that. Just gold, okay. What the hell's this thing? Debuff chance, mark skill chance, +2 speed. How does that compare to the Rat Carcass? Debuff chance, mark skill chance, -15, minus healing received. This could actually be better than the Rat Carcass. We are losing out on the 40% healing debuff on the enemy. Oh, we also get debuff chance though, so no, I don't think I need this thing. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I don't have a disease kit this time, so it didn't pop up as an option. Even though I could have some use for this, I'm not going to lose any sleep over skipping out on the common trinket for the most part. Now let's just hope we don't spawn an extra battle here. Ah, fuck me. If that's the case, might be better to just go down here then. Assuming I don't spawn another battle. Now, the Seer Stone doesn't give us surprise chance, it just reduces surprise chance, so I do want to unequip that for this fight. Unless I just want to camp now, to be honest. And get some scouting buffs up and all that. That actually makes a good amount of sense to me. But no, I shouldn't have flicked that for one fight. Let's actually wait on that. I guess, you know what, let's toss this so we can take the Seer Stone off. Oh, you know what, I guess I should have kept that trinket, because I could have just equipped that here. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, whoops, I forgot that she has to go in this position. That's going to be hella annoying, because I know I'm going to forget to put her in rank 2. at some point. Okay, a new enemy type. The Ghoul Misers. We have 45 HP and... I'm assuming... If I have to make an assumption, I think these little summons of this guy are gonna buff him or something. I feel like I should go for the little guys first. Plus dodge. Maybe I reduce his dodge then. I have a very small chance to hit them. Maybe I just go for a different guy actually. They have a dodge at 28. That's kind of insane actually. I do think I have to lower their dodge. This is not good. Damn, this guy's swinging his chest like a hammer. And now I'm out of position to use the skills I want to use, okay? Bummer. So not only did he take, you know, Grave Robber's lunge offline, also got the Cult's out of position. I can't use any of my abilities here. That was pretty devastating, what he just did to me. This is definitely a fight I'm going to use my oil on. They all have the same amount of dodge, pretty much. It seems more like these guys are going to be stress casting. They also do disease, it looks like, so let's be mindful of that. I don't know what that icon down there is. Maybe the applies horror it's saying too. So we have stress casters, and we have like one guy that does damage here. Again, I still want to go for these guys. I'm going to hit this one in the back so we can use Iron Swan on it. Okay, that's really good. Just straight armor piercing here is also good. We can just hit it with Wicked Hack. Oh, that's actually a fair amount of damage. 36 crit, wow. Holy crap, man. Yeah, I could just die here. I could just die. Turbo Shrubs, thank you. Good to see you again, buddy. Happy to be back. These guys can attack into any position, it looks like. I'm going to assume that this is a harder than average enemy lineup for a better reward. There's also consideration to just retreat here since he is at death's door, and Arbalest has already taken her turn. These guys will be taking turns first for the most part. They have higher speed than me. So, plus he has much lower speed now. Yeah, if I don't retreat here, that could be it. I guess the only real takeaways here are that this enemy lineup does do a lot of damage. They are very evasive and very hard to kill. If I retreat, I don't think I should afflict here. We do have the same stress penalties as in the base game. I think, yeah, in the base game I would afflict here, to be honest. I'm gonna be tempted to play a bit riskier, especially because we're not that far into the game yet. Well, this thing attacks the first two targets, so maybe I should actually move in front here. Yeah, if I want to be safer, I would do that. The chance to hit here is not that high. Her speed is pretty fast though, but yeah, I don't want him in position to get hit by this thing, so I'll move. Okay, I should be safe here. Good. I have some breathing room now. I do want to kill this thing here. It's only a 50% chance though. There's no point in the sensor. I don't really want to waste a skill here. I wouldn't be probably a little bit smart too, but the musketeer is just healing anyways, because I can't kill any of these things or the front line with her. The safest thing to do is just be kill this thing here. That didn't happen, unfortunately, and I am forced to heal here. Okay, well, it's kind of good for me that he's just self-buffing here. Oh, okay, so it looks like I've missed my opportunity to kill that guy. So it appears that the gimmick with this fight is the chest guy, you know, you only have so many rounds to kill the chest guy. Assumption is it's going to give you a reward. He's going to spend his later turns buffing his own speed and dodge, which will really put you on the clock to kill him if that's your goal. I know as much as you, Samson. Yeah, this lineup just kind of wreaked havoc on my guys here. And unfortunately, I didn't get the triage ability because I just assumed that I wouldn't get mortality debuffs before the boss fight. Just goes to show. That's rough. Okay.
We press on. There is much to do.
Okay, here's what it is. I have a better idea of what to expect from that fight then. It's a perfect time for us to camp, get some buffs going. I may actually need a wound care on one or two people. Unfortunately, we didn't take Dark Ritual either, which I was considering too. Not that that would have done much here.
Alone we will die. Together we will rise.
We have the opportunity to camp once before the boss, so I'm going to use this to stress heal everybody. Let's get some scouting up, possibly. Just the Catacombs, ref. So far, I've just been basing missions off of quest rewards, so this is the first boss we're taking on. I decided to just go for it this week. Did I not have Hobby on her? Okay, she actually does not have access to Hobby, interestingly enough. Grave Robber has no hobbies confirmed. I do want Scout though. Night moves is good. And maybe just wound care. Okay, well, I should have mathed that out. That was not worth it.
We follow the ever-guiding light. Where danger lurks, so too do riches.
Again, always have to remember to put Grave Arbor in their position, because I'm not used to her Shadow Fading turn 1. We have our Scouting Trinket. Okay. Nemu, first time chatter. Is the reason you brought underleveled heroes? Yeah, if this is a veteran mission, then that's because I didn't know this was veteran. I thought this was an apprentice boss, to be honest. If this is a veteran mission, then I am kind of screwed here. So now I understand why, Samson, you were saying that it seemed a little bit hasty. Now I can see why. There are no apprentice bosses. Samson, how would I how would I know? Just like maybe there was like a tag that said it was veteran and I missed it. But it looks like I'm in a bit of trouble here then, if this is a veteran mission. I'd be surprised if I could finish a boss mission with, like, very few upgrades. Yeah, no. I did not bring up that it was a veteran quest. I thought it was the same mechanics as DD1, where you have apprentice bosses, so... Oopsie. Well... Now that I expect to lose, if I do win, I think there's a balance issue with the game, right? Because if you can win with being underleveled, it's probably not quite vanilla, right? Because I'm in Torchless, though. Yep, I'm in trouble. Certainly in trouble here. Well, I'm glad to hear a giraffe. I had to guess that Mark may be good in the boss. Bum. I think I would like to just eliminate the threats as quickly as possible, one after the other. Let's go for the squishiest guy first. Dodge reduction is going to be a lot more important because I am underleveled, so reducing their dodge is going to be pretty important if I can hit them. Stumble might not be bad. Protection accuracy, though, is going to be good. She stumbles her own team? Or was that just because I surprised them? The mark disappeared. I'm very certain I did apply a mark and it disappeared, so... She must have cleared the mark somehow, I'm assuming. I'll try my best to pay attention. They don't have much protection, so no point in using the honing oil here.
The obstacle
Wow, that's
is
the biggest
removed.
number I've seen so far. And like, looks like I got a scout because I can't move the map around. Okay, so she is a kind of healing unit here. I kind of expected that. The dodge numbers here. Oh shit, I forgot to swap out the ammo. I should have done a different one.
What a death stroke.
Wow, you wouldn't think these are apprentice characters by looking at them. Uh-oh. Okay, luckily the numbers... Oh, that's still bad. Okay then, huh. He doesn't have much dodge. Oh, come on, you were hitting fat heals all day. Don't do this.
Act quickly. This life cannot be wasted.
Okay, not ideal. At least we can cure our own bleed here. Does Shadow Fade sub do more damage overall? We have plus 55% damage. And Shadow Fade does increased damage versus marked. I think this is still worth it. It's going to be close to impossible to land the stun. I do have the honing oil applied, so I'm going to go for some damage here. First time chatters, Shadow. Welcome, welcome. I do kind of want to heal here, because I feel like... But it might just be wasted anyway. If I don't heal enough, then he just takes me to Death's Door immediately. So getting a mark down would be good, because we have increased damage versus marked. Yep, that's about what I expected. I feel like I should apply some oil here.
Hulking mass means nothing to
Okay.
a fierce warrior.
Well, killed our first veteran enemies. There's a lot of fights coming up. This is going to be a tough one, guys. I am not quite sure if we're going to be able to do this. But that's part of the fun, eh? Unfortunately, this is a room battle with Curio. I should probably camp if I know what's good for me. My honest prediction is I just take the next fight and I die if I don't camp. But if I do camp, I get low, and then I die in the next fight anyway. This feels like more food to work with than normal, though. Yeah, I should camp, if I know what's good for me. Which is really unfortunate, because I just camped a moment ago, and I have or probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5 fights coming up, including the boss. You kind of believe in me? Yeah, I kind of believe in me. And the ability to get through one more fight. Maybe I just retreat. Yeah, I mean, I gotta own up that I misread the thing here. If I want to preserve this first initial run, which would be nice, then I should just retreat. In fact, I'm talking myself into it here.
Look out for one another. Companions are all we have.
Yeah, I think I do have enough resources as well.
Our path is revealed. March on.
Yeah, I have to adjust my mindset. This is not Torchless, Deathless, all bosses where I have limited time to do things. There is no time limit on this run, which kind of reduces some of the, you know, pressure, but it's okay. Interesting. Did not expect that to do, like, anything, honestly, but the more you know. Either I can try to roll a virtue here, or just have her take a little bit of stress from this trap. She probably flicks no matter what just from walking.
This land is filled with unseen dangers.
Okay, that's fair. What was this again? Really? Oh, did not expect that. Okay. I just had an extra bandage lying around. Okay,
No challenge is without its barriers, both proverbially.
if there's a Shambler equivalent in this game, then I'm certainly not aware of it. Nemu says, one thing I like in Black Reliquary is that most characters have multiple item interactions. Yeah, we were talking about that one of our sessions. In the base game, I can only think of like the Cove Oyster, the wine crates in the Crimson Court, the treasure chests. That's pretty much it. Oh, so I've actually used keys on this before? Interesting. I didn't know that.
Be gentle. For sale or for study, these artifacts are precious.
Well, that's true. There was a curio that looked like it needed a torch, if I recall.
This land is ancient and fallen into disrepair.
Yeah, it is the first time. There was a little bit more in here. I wonder if I have to adjust my assessment of gold, though. Maybe things are more expensive. It does seem to have a lot more gold than I would normally. Okay, I'm gonna guess these are just like the equivalent of sacks. They don't take any curio supply items. Can't get sapphires or rubies on Apprentice? Interesting. I don't think there's any such restrictions in the base game. Okay. Is that just damage? It's my surprise chance, okay. And interacting with curios gives me... No, it's actually pretty bad. I mean, pretty good, I would say, for this area. Necromania? No? Okay. So, the buff doesn't do anything here. So let's try something else. Okay, so the sensor also gives us a buff. I think that the salts gives us more damage from this curio, and then this one gives us minus stress received buff. Unless my memory is wrong. Yeah, let's get the heck out of here.
When we can withstand no more punishment, standing in defiance is pointless.
Okay. I think it's a 30 you can use on that guy.
If there's
Okay.
a traitor or a damn fool among us.
Stress thing is free this week. That's kind
Some
of
has been tampering with the drinks.
convenience for us, I
Dark
guess.
day indeed.
Oh, I like that. You even have a different animation for the quest event here. What exactly happened? Injured from tainted bruise. Did they explode or something? Looks like they exploded. Well. So the the yellow quests are actually veteran. Yeah, I see it now. I had thought for some reason that the short quests were green and the medium quests were yellow, because that just was the way it was last week, probably. But anyway, if that's the way it's gonna be, let's see. Accuracy multiply and prep round, okay. That is a pretty reckless. Leper only minus 10 accuracy this time. But if you miss, you get accuracy for only 1 turn? Like, what the hell is that? You're kind of like skipping a turn to kind of guarantee... No, because even when you get the plus accuracy buff, that's still on top of the minus 10 accuracy you're getting 100% of the time. So this just says, like, on some turns when you miss, you have... Well, I guess in a way it makes it so that whether you miss or hit isn't, like, the worst thing. Because if you miss consecutive times... Oh, well, that's bad, because the buff only lasts 1 turn, so if you miss consecutive times, it doesn't do anything extra for you. I don't like this trinket. The banner's the size of the quest. Okay, that makes it a lot easier to read then, visually. I don't generally tend to go for short quests. Virtuous Goblet is the same trinket basically, but not just for Vestal anymore. I do like that they made the bad common trinkets somewhat usable in this version. Like some of those trinkets you would just never equip ever. They all have slightly more utility and less downsides in this version. This is like strictly good. Move skill chance, debuff mark skill chance. I have not seen a Plague Doctor yet. Let's see what's in the fairy. Speak of the Devil, we have a mark somewhere. Alright, let's go through these one by one. Noxious Blast is still doing debuff. It's about the same skill. Plague Grenade is pretty much the same exact skill. Blinding Gas, we have Ignore Prep Round, we have Stun. So on the Prep Round, we're reducing actually in dodge, and then otherwise we have a stun chance like usual. There is a 2-turn cooldown in this, okay. Incision, it's about the same skill. Battlefield medicine the same. Emboldening vapors, okay, it's 1 use per battle now. Okay. Which makes it slightly worse, and also it debuffs the target to crits received. So this skill is worse than in the base game. Except you do get plus crit now. I think before it only used to give you speed and damage. Now we have a new skill, the equivalent of the Nauseous Blast. So we have Shuffle, Amber Blight. So where is the mark? Does she not have a mark? So what does that trinket really do here? %30 debuff and mark skill chance. Yep, Samson, I did flee. PD is the most used hero on Black Reliquary. Interesting. Yeah, I should. You know what? I should explore different areas. I need to unlock them. I forgot about that part too. So Treasury has 2 medium quests here, so I'll probably go for one of these. Not that I really care much for either of these trinkets though. PD, she never had a mark. I know. That's why I'm questioning the trinket here that says an increased mark skill chance. Move skill chance. It's not like this is saying that you apply a debuff that gives them increased chance to get marked. This literally says... Oh, okay, I see. So Plague Doctor is getting a 30% debuff. Wait, no, this still doesn't make sense to me. It's not like it's on hit 30% chance to mark them. Or is it? No, I don't understand. Mark skill with debuff, not guaranteed? Yeah, I understand that, but this would make sense if I had an ability on Plague Doctor that said mark the enemy, right? Because then this gives her an increased chance to mark the enemy. But I'm not seeing her have any mark abilities, so I'm just kind of confused now. Maybe there's other trinkets that will make that relevant. Yeah, I understand that enemies have a chance to resist mark, but this is just saying that the person that equips this has a higher chance to debuff and mark. Or unless you're saying they just package mark skill chance with debuff in every situation, so you would never see plus debuff chance by itself, then I kind of get it. Alright, I'm just going to assume that's the case. Unless I'm corrected. Let's see. So we need this. And we need this. Or actually, we can use Amber Refinements. Sure. 49 stress, 58 stress. I need lost tech. Oh, I have no lost tech. Okay. Sure. Okay, let's go to some of our trash guys for some of these newcomers here. I did say don't like this abomination.
We have greater tasks at hand than coddling this one.
Do not like this flatulent at all.
The valley has no place for those lacking in constitution.
Let's get the Plague Doctor.
There is much to be gleaned here for the alchemist and the doctor.
Fair the fighter? Sure. Plus stress received a stress below 60. Okay, that's an interesting idea.
There is always a place here for those who have been wrong, only to rise above.
Nemu, did I activate any of the add-on heroes? No, I did not. Samson, Dreamer, yeah, Faithless Flagellant. He's just doing it for the love of the game. Okay, I do want to go to the treasury here then. I mean, I could see the armlet being a little bit more fun to play with than the Steady Greaves. Not that I have a leopard or an arbalist right now. The accuracy is kind of nice though. What is it? Explore our rooms and activate 3 overgrown caches. Okay. Minus 10 accuracy on the leopard though. It's like, what the hell is that? I'm pretty confident this is just a trash trinket. 35% damage. I mean, I guess what I could see is that you could just use leper. You could just make him miss in the prep turn. Maybe as an attack that buffs himself anyway, so you don't care if it misses. Then turn 2, you hit for massive damage and plus 15 accuracy. I wouldn't mind trying to play around with that. Alright, let's try to throw together a team here. I do want to get some guys to level 3. What if I do the classic old Dismas Reynold dance combo here? And then stick someone in rank 1. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Nemu, if I really think about it harder. So, not much in the way of healing here. Unless I take Battle Heal. How much expiate synergy can I get here, though, if I take Vestal in the back line? Not much, honestly. Is there anything else I want to take from the Fairy? Vengeful on being crit and get a buff for 1 turn. I think she's a little bit better still. Yeah, don't really care about those 2 characters. I would like to see some Highwayman and Plague Doctor action. Is there any rank 1 healer? Probably not. Unless I stick Crusader in the front and forget about Holy Lance, which makes sense now that I think about it. When you have a prep round, Holy Lance doesn't make quite as much sense to me. So I could stick a Vestal here. This is a very classic team in DD1. So I am hitting, the difference is I'm hitting Grape Shot Blast a lot more than hitting Duelist Advance now, since this is the only prep run move besides Tracking Shot, I guess. It's another option. Minus Prot is really good in the other region that just came out of. I'm just trying to decide if it's better to take Surgical Gloves for melee damage or just some flat crit damage. It's going to be flat crit damage. And then we can take Surgical Gloves on the Crusader instead. Along with, what else? Let's take the Scouting on her. I guess we could do Stun Chance here, but I don't really want to lower Plague Doctor's speed with this item. The Amber Banner Trinket is for Healer Crusader. Do I have a trinket like that? Oh, I probably talked about one of the quest rewards here I saw somewhere. No, this is Crusader's Orders. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to play with the Shard Shop yet. I don't even have enough, like, dust now, I don't think. Crusader can use some protection, I suppose. No. He's going to benefit a lot from stun amulet, because again, the speed is not that big a deal, I think. And then for Vestal, what can we do here? Her speed is not great either. Some accuracy and speed on Plague Doctor sounds amazing here. Could be more scouting. Or hold on, dodge and accuracy. I like that. Max HP, healing received, yada yada. Trauma Rage. He even has the Cork right that's minus damage and accuracy when acting first. It's like I would want this to be locked in if I could, because that's never happening. I really don't see anything great for Plague Doctor. I might even just leave that slot empty so I can just take one extra trinket reward with me. I'm not really concerned about surviving a apprentice mission. I can actually use some of Vestal's rank 2 abilities here. My gold isn't super high at this point, so I can't just buy things willy-nilly. I do think this Highwayman is worth investing in though, because he has Hot Trot. I think I do need to take some kind of camp buffs though, because otherwise I have nothing really good to do during camp. Zealous Speech, Ambush Prevention, and then we need one of these buffs, either Unparalleled Finesse or Bless, or even Clean Guns, if we're going to stick to a more ranged focus Highwayman here. There is no what scouting? Was there a scouting buff here somewhere? I didn't see any. Crusader's naturally going to be more accurate than Highwayman just by being a level 2 skills. Dodge and speed just seem good. PD is an empty... Oh yeah, no, I was considering that. But again, I don't think that's... I think I'd rather just leave it empty, to be honest, so I can take one more trinket with me for gold. I guess I'll take the same skill amounts I usually take on Plague Doctor. And here... Let's see, Prepper on Break Grape Shot? Probably more so than Tracking Shot for sure. Wicked Slice is still less accurate than Open Vein, so we'll go load out like this. Yeah, I noticed that the dodge a lot of the numbers in the camp skills have been reduced, like Revel even, less stress healing and stuff like that. It's okay. I guess the Yeah, I think you're right. The guide is still nice to have. I mean, the real upside to not taking something there is just, you know, like a common trinket or something. It's like, whatever. This is, yeah, like the herbs. Someone's gonna have to tell me what a lot of them actually does, because if you can't apply remove horror with this, I have no idea what it's supposed to do. I'm gonna take more archaeology kits this time. It looks like they did actually lose the scales though, so it's kind of use it or lose it. If you're gonna buy scales and you take it back with you, it's not gonna stay in your inventory. So that's good to know. Kind of just wasted it last week. This is week 5, surprisingly. These missions take a long-ass time. I think it's because of the animation speeds. And also the prep run, of course. Kind of doubles the length of each fight. Oh, I do have to think about her skills. You can use Judgment from rank 1, which is interesting. Ignores prep round, okay. Buff other heroes on hits. Plus damage and accuracy, buff self. Vessel is not my damage dealer on this team, so I'll leave that alone. Crusader really has nothing good to do on the prep round, unfortunately. That's like a pretty bad downside. It feels really bad to just hit Bulwark every single prep round. It is what it is. I always play both Vanilla and Black Reliquary combat speed mods. Yeah, I was just kind of too lazy this time to turn them on. I'll maybe do it next time. BRB, guys. Giraffe asks, the treasury works very differently than regular dungeons. Want a quick explanation? I don't know what the treasury is when it comes to regular dungeons. No, I'll find out, I guess. It's okay.
Large heaps of treasures are strewn about this place. You know well what that means by now.
I guess there is still an argument for Holy Lands. But no, I'll see what happens if I don't take it. If I get shuffled, it's still okay because of the prep round stuff. Oh. What fresh hell is this? We finally see some reused enemies for the first time. I think this is the first time I've ever seen reused sprites for Black Reliquary enemies. You kind of... okay, you kind of shoehorn into using specific skills in the prep run, which I don't like so much. Okay, that's a new animation. So we still have to worry about some mark synergies here. 7 dodge and 4 speed. Okay. I think I want to get rid of the Weber still. Same sound effect as the mosquitoes, it seems like. Yep, there's the web. So he does have access to web on turn 1, but it's not a mark. When he webs one character, my entire team gets a minus healing debuff for the entire battle. Minus healing received from expiated... wait. Excuse me? What kind of debuff is that? I get minus 6 dodge and plus 6 rest for 3 turns, but my entire team gets minus healing received from expiated? That's so specific, like, I don't honestly quite get it. But okay. I am going to self-mark here.
The amber grows brightly in the dark.
Oh, the XP itself gives me a debuff? I actually didn't look at the resist, the one with more blight resist. Actually got blighted. Okay, I see now. The web does apply a mark, it just failed. So I punished myself by using, yeah, the bulwark. Which is why I've never really liked any skill in Darkest Dungeons that self-marks. Like, if the abilities didn't self-mark, they would actually kind of be strictly better. That goes for Antiquarian's Protect Me, goes for Bulwark, like, even though they tend to prioritize marked targets more, you also take, like, plus 50% damage on a lot of their attacks. Not a big fan.
Use your senses when your vision fails you. The path is unclear. Rely on each other.
Oof. Okay, so we have mark synergy across the entire team pretty much, besides the possibly the maggot. Speed of 11, speed of 7. I think we kind of stabilized now. The mark is wearing off this turn. Let's kind of stabilize some of our stress here.
Where danger lurks, so too do riches.
If I can get mods to just work for this Black Reliquary by dragging them to the right folder, then I really want to do that, because stuffing the torch manually is a pain in the ass. But I don't know if the mods are configured to... I don't know if they're going to work for a game like this where the code is potentially wildly different. Need to do 7 damage here. Perfect. Perfect.
The body's weaknesses are exploited. Our injuries will mount. You must rebound.
Okay.
Inevitable demise. Another skirmish.
Nemu
Another step
says, it's fine
forward.
if you concentrate on something that can easily be tanked or healed damage. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to stack up prot to make up for it, but again, when it comes to strategies I like to use with the skills that do self-mark, like Protect Me on Highwayman or something, it's like you don't want Highwayman taking additional damage versus marked synergy. You don't want Leopard to really just randomly get a mark from Intimidate. I don't know. I think on average it just works out better if they don't self-mark. What am I doing here? Is this a seed pod? No, it's not. Or what am I doing? I'm like doing pest control, looks like. Okay. But it's none of these things. Interesting. I wonder if the Death Adder here is going to give me his scales potentially. Even if he did, it wouldn't be amazing because I can't bring that with me back to the airship, I guess I'll start calling it. So, yeah, I guess Emboldening Vapors makes a lot of sense for the prep round. Otherwise, you're just stuck doing Blinding Gas turn 1. So, I just wasted my turn there, kinda. At least Grape Shot Blast hits all 3 here. Wait. What's happening now? He gets a free turn? He gets 2 actions? Okay. That's new. Oh yeah. Sensor. It's the equivalence of the Holy Water here. I guess this makes sense, yeah. You're right, it does have 2 heads.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, okay, he was at 0 stress anyway, that's why I didn't heal anything stress. Decent chance of stun here.
Devastation. far from over. Step in good health.
So this is not the quest item I'm looking for either, it looks like. Okay. Okay, the stun amulet is actually doing a lot of the work here. Then all of our stuns so far, pretty much. Well, this region is a little bit refreshing. I am liking the variety of enemies here. Is he getting... Oh, okay, he's getting stun resist every time he does get stunned, I see. It's not just 10% only. That's what he does? Oh. I thought it was only when someone was bleeding, but I really don't know. Like, they could not have been more unclear about what it meant for blood being spilled. Unless he was bleeding? Was he bleeding a second ago? Is that why that happened? No idea.
The scavengers will eat well tonight.
Oh, am I wrong about the Gork? Garners boons from spilled blood. Oh, okay. I thought it was conditional, like when blood is spilled, then on turn start this stuff happens. But no, this is just like a lore, like a kind of lore thing. Because you don't see that descriptor for any quirk in the past where it just says something like garners boons from spilled blood. Alright, fair enough. Okay, well, now we know. Well, that was the the biggest punish of my whole life. Okay. So that's what curiosity gets you. There is a prep round still, okay. Round 2, I guess. Jesus Christ, man. Somehow I doubt this fight's gonna give me a good reward either. Repost that blights. I just had to decide not to bring the anti-venoms this time. I kind of forgot, actually, because it never came up in the other region. But yeah, that sucks. These are cool looking enemies though, I'm not gonna lie. Bleaching, new keyword, okay. Heals the enemy. This is not like a wimpy lineup either. It's the biggest region to ever take the anti-venoms, yeah. Whoops. They also have like insane blight resist too, right when they decide to take the Blade Doctor. That's really funny. wow, that was very interesting. He morphed into a spider for a moment there. Okay. Well, I thought this 10% chance was to buff my entire party. It looks like it's only for one character. And himself. Oh, if non-religious. Wait, so Plague Doctor's religious and she's faithless. Okay, that's why. So this hit the whole party. They don't have any prot. I could do a censor here, but I think I might as well save it. I don't really want to take a riposte hit here. But I still gotta work on these guys. I guess I'll stun with them this turn.
This day is far from over. Step in good health.
These guys don't have marked synergy at least. And you can see too how even though Crusader is marked, he's not actually taking noticeably more attacks. So for the most part, I feel like it's not reliable to rely on Mark to let your tank soak up hits. He's just kind of like taking more damage. But I'd have to... I know the numbers are there. Yeah, exactly, Nemu. And that's part of what I'm saying. A lot of enemies don't have any marked targeting bias. So it's like a very kind of unfocused strategy. You're taking more hits some of the times, and you're taking more damage some of the times. I don't know. I think the only real thing we can do with Plague Doctor is heal, unfortunately. Yeah, but see, it's like, oh, that's not good. Might have to heal her here. Please don't get crit. Okay. We have a little bit of leeway here. Speed of 10. Let's go for a stun.
This day is far from over. Step in good health.
Let's hit this thing while it's stunned. Now let's hope that she doesn't afflict here. XP can actually do some work for me. It heals my team, plus Crusader has a chance to kill off this bug here. No, just barely not enough. Let's not even kill that. Okay. Speed of 10, 9, 17. I could go for the guaranteed kill on this, but maybe not guaranteed. But luckier play would be go for this and then outspeed this with Vestal, but it's a little bit much to ask. I did not take point blank shot, unfortunately. Wasn't expecting to really have a fight last long enough to get into position 1. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh my god, that's so lucky that she's not taking any stress there. I'm not sure how that happened, honestly, but we'll take it. As long as we can survive this fight without afflicting, then we can go ahead and camp. Which means I'm gonna try to stun this and go for a stun next turn with Plague Doctor. No, it's on cooldown. Never mind. Yeah, even if you miss, it goes on cooldown, which is unfortunate. If I do stress heal here, then she should be guaranteed to avoid affliction at least. So I'm gonna try to use Plague Doctor to double tap this thing, even with just 1 chip damage. Okay, good. I guess on average it's better to just heal. Well, he actually has very low stun resist. I did not see that. Okay, I was heavily punished for that, for not checking his stun resist. Fair enough.
Bravery has been forsaken, it's a source of combat.
Well, let's just assume I would have missed the stun anyway.
Like the touch of an angel.
Okay, he's missed that both times so far. Okay, passively debuffs my party. On attack it bleeds self. 3 points for 1 turn. Debuff does not stack. Okay. I don't think I want to keep that just because the dungeon is pretty early on. I'm gonna have to carry that around for the rest of the dungeon. Yeah, not the cleanest plays there. Definitely not the cleanest game I've played here. I do have to consider that Plague Grenade is not going to be doing really anything. Neither is Nauseous Blast in this region. What I'm going to consider is playing with Incision and switch my characters around a bit. Yeah, I didn't turn on tutorials, Nemu. Yeah, maybe I should. Oh, we also have something here, the Moon Crown. Okay, well that's cool. That actually works out. I am down to keep this item. But let's go and camp first. Make sure we get the right skills equipped. It's okay. And pistol shot. I think I still want all these abilities. It is just so unfortunate how Crusader only has 1 move to use in the prep run. Kinda hate that for him. Kinda makes me not like the character just for that reason. Anyway.
Rest. We will need your strength come daybreak.
We got an anti-venom, we're saved. Honestly, I don't really have much space for the anti-venom. I guess I could pitch the sensor. I mean, what's more likely to be useful? Oh, this is like the holy water equivalent, never mind. It does seem really nice to have this though. I need the mod tax. I'll be honest, the honing oil is probably not going to do a single thing for me here from what I've seen. I could regret it, but I don't know. So, I guess it does seem that that fight is something you can spawn on purpose for good drops. They give me 2 rarish looking items. Also, let's swap this onto Plague Doctor for now. So I want ambush prevention. I want some stress healing. And then this is where Bless would have been really nice, but without Bless, I'll do what I can here. Self-medicate could make sense. Pray. All companions does not affect her. We have religious here and religious here. Okay, that gives a little bit more value. Prot is not bad. It does heal stress too. Okay, sure. She lets me. Okay. Ah. Boo.
The darkness will not impede us.
Okay, so we have to restructure our team now. If Plague Doctor's... So what is Plague Doctor doing turn 1? I guess I have to put Highwayman in rank 2 and equip Point Blank in this case. If we give up Pistol Shot though, it feels like we have no backline to reach. Especially because Vestal can't even hit into rank 4 anymore. We can't give up Grape Shot though, so I think we're going to try skipping Open Vein, I guess. A cadaver has been consumed by plant life, so let's try this, the salts and then the bandages maybe. Where did all my shovels go? I could have sworn I had like 4 shovels. So these 2 are no-go. Could be the anti-venom. Okay. Always punished. It's fine. It's pretty entertaining, I'll be honest. Oh my fucking god. It's no longer as entertaining as it was a moment ago. Oh no. Wait, what was the item I used last time? It was not the anti-venom. I didn't have any anti-venoms. Good lord. Okay. I think this battle is looking like it's going to take like an eon. I might just call it after this one, but let's see what we can do for the time being. You're going to offer an explanation how the treasury works? I have not even seen the treasury drop. I do not know what the treasury is. Like, this one does have some prot. This fucker looks so creepy. I love it. He does have less dodge. This guy has more HP slightly, but less prot. I think I should just focus this one. Well, now Crusader's in an awkward spot, though. I gotta have to just sit here and Grape Shot Blast and Pistol Shot if I don't want to push Crusader out of position. So, but he has to open his turn with freaking Bulwark of Faith. No, I'm probably just going to spend his turn moving forward, would be more efficient. So I'm moving forward, then I'll just expiate this guy here, or no. These guys have no dodge, pretty much. I mean, he does, but Vestal still has enough accuracy. Oh, this region's called the Treasury? Okay. Let's hold off until after the mission, at least, before any explanations. What I'm kind of learning is that you really don't want to... On average, you don't want to interact with these curios until you know what they do. I might save the rest of the curios until after the campaign is over, or the mission is over. Anyway, the only things that can get X-Bait synergy with Crusader are these front two liners, so I'm just gonna choose one for now. Don't have really any logic between one or the other for the time being. Okay, so he does have a guard, and he has 10% damage reflection, and that's flat, and then he has damage reflection while guarding. Okay. It's the only thing I can do right now. Breaking the guard is not going to do much for me. Let's try to get a stun on here. Well, it's too bad I used my only anti-venom to actually spawn this fight, huh? And now I have minus... Okay, so that's always from expiated. It is going to be quite difficult to reach these backline enemies now. With damage, at least. Okay, I guess one is not the worst. I actually failed to look at his stun resist, but why does he have... Oh, that's just unique to him, I guess. 300 stun resist while he's stunned. I don't quite see the point, but okay. I think the riposte flies were a little bit more annoying to deal with than this lineup. Psychotropic Spray, Slobber from Grasp. He does shift my characters around a lot. Undo stress damage. Then we have the Rotten Rebuke, Battle Growth, Filled Powder, Backlash. And if I get to rank 1, I don't have access to Open Vein. So I guess I'll just let the riposte fall off here. Or I actually... You know what? No. I do Grape Shot, and I can hit this with Crusader. And now I can hit this with Incision too.
Yes,
Okay.
strike true.
Trying to kill this thing, please. I do want to stall a little bit here. So this fight we did heal off. It seems like we healed off some stress. Maybe I'm just forgetting though.
We must care for one another.
You know what? I do want to remove this corpse if I can, but that's probably not possible. How am I just gonna waste this turn here? So we have to think about, use this fight to think about how we want to itemize our skills. We do know it's gonna get kind of annoying without Open Vein in rank 1. But without Pistol Shot we have no reach. It could be that we have to sit this one without Riposte. Yeah, we might have to do this dungeon without Riposte, just given the lineup we decided to take. Again with this thing, does not
An
stack
adequate
either.
Performance for now. Keep it up.
Okay, so what else can we do here then? I would like the option of Riposte at least. Maybe just don't use it though. Yeah, let's try this. Well, Emboldening Vapors can be used on the start. You know, maybe I do this actually. Then we have a chance to, yeah, kind of do everything we want to. We just can't Blinding Gas turn 1 is all, which is fine because we can just use Emboldening Vapors and Blinding Gas on turn 2. I'm not gonna fuck with you here. This feels safe, right? Tiny Crimson Flowers are budding from the skeleton. You know what? I'm still not gonna fuck with them. And Muscle Memory just kicked in there. I gotta stop hitting that reorder skill. Oh, forgot the torch there. That's gonna be annoying. I can only imagine how some people do Torchless challenge runs without Torchless mods. And just have to remember that every time. Seems annoying as hell. Since Crusader is more stress here, could be worth swapping the Moon Crown onto him, since Plague Doctor is going to be doing stuns anyway. Plus it's a double stun. Okay, our old familiar friends here. Too bad I threw out the sharpening oils. Imagine getting Varta's quirks in the treasury, huh? Oh, she finally acted out. You do that? What did you actually just do to me? Debuff? It just failed the debuff. What I don't like is when it fails a stun or debuff, it doesn't show the message stun or debuff resisted. It's okay. I don't really have an efficient way to clear the block here. Besides Dazzling Light, I guess, it's my best option, so in that case I'll go for a stun. Oh no, it's still the prep round. After all that, it's still the prep round. It's crazy. Yeah, there's that minus stress. plus 35% virtue chance is also crazy, because that's like a 50% chance to virtue now all of a sudden. Oh, but we have this guy to worry about. I'll be honest, I forgot about this guy. We can't really do much, honestly. This fight is looking pretty bad, just because of the lack of reach on this team. Oh no, because I have access... No, I don't have access to Plague Grenade either, because I took that off. Wow, kind of got myself into a pickle here. I really have no good options, honestly, besides pistol shotting this until it dies, which is not good. The only best bet is to kind of do some chip damage on everyone. Yeah, we spawned this battle where I have very little reach, so it's probably not going to turn out very good for me. Riposte is one way. Well, yeah, he's just going to summon things to replace things. If I could get a crit on this guy, that'd be great, but it's a bit too much to ask.
We must act.
If I get a virtue from the moon, what was that? If I can get a virtue from the moon crown, I may be able to make something work here.
Spectacular.
Or if I can crit them so they don't leave a corpse, that would be nice. That is the last thing I want to happen. Okay. Can I get a crit? Nope. Okay, can I kill the corpse then? $40, 65. Let's go for this. This should clear the corpse. Okay. Now we have a bit more breathing room because I can hit this with more characters now.
Stand tall. We must recover.
Fuck. Fuck. It's not
Madness
good.
in, madness out.
That's not good. And what just happened here? It's a new round, and she went first. Okay. Probably because of her affliction or something. I would like to heal a little bit. Yeah, it loses the coin flip, which is fair, because I won the 15% virtue chance twice early on. So that's just kind of fair.
Thrives into the ground.
Okay. A cleave attack?
The fight goes on.
Huh.
This day is far from over. Step in good health.
Of course it goes first. It's okay. Only the riposte did a little bit more damage. Speed at 12. I think I should be without speed. I gotta try to get this guy's stress down. Well, fuck. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's get the Moon Crown onto the next guy then. And now we get the honing oil. Okay, a little bit too late for that. The alum sensor, the cleansing salt. I just want the darks for now. If only I could have gotten some of these quest items out of the inventory, that would have been nice. So we can just use this to I mean, the debuffs don't matter, they're wearing off. I don't want to have anyone get yelled at from the afflicted people. Same with using the honing oil, there's no point. This is gonna be a long-ass mission. For a short. Oh, you... No! Stop, please! Oh, no! Curse you, treasury! Oh my god. Thieving habits. What? That's a treasure curio? That must have been the affliction. That cannot be a treasure curio. No way. You cannot tell me that's classified as a treasure curio. Alright, whatever. No point in dwelling on things. Let's just, you know, do the best thing moving forward here. Focus on each turn. This is really a test of my abilities here. First of all, working with like a bad team for Plague Doctor to be in, because her blights are useless here. Which means I have to play her in rank 2, which makes Highwayman's Riposte more awkward. Now, there's a lot of things to play around here that I normally would not have to. Well, I guess that if the overgrown corpses are treasure curios, then it is kind of a hint at what they can offer me, huh? I'll leave the expiated guy alone for now. Just kill off this guy so this guy can trigger a heal. The stun chance is about 70% chance, plus we have to deal with accuracy. So we'll go for a heal for now. Good. That's why I went for the non-expiated minion enemy. Okay, well I did not expect to do that much reflection damage. And we got our first death door check, alright. Like, usually, I'm so used to reflection damage as being, like, 2 or 3. I kind of forgot what his HP was at. These guys have 2 turns here. Yeah, let's give them at least a single chance to survive an attack if they target him. What does that attack actually do? It looks like it does nothing, kinda?
Do not surrender. We need you.
We need you. Is this Dismas? No, it's not. Yeah, does seem like an out of position attack. It just missed every time before, so I didn't know if it applied some kind of thing, which sometimes out of position attacks do. Like the Hags, the, what is it called? The Crone's out of position attack in the base game of the Wield actually is like more threatening than her, like, base stress attack. Okay. Can you see them all without them having to reveal it even? Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not used to that yet. We have to deal with another fight after this before we can camp too, unless I backtrack, which I don't want to. Okay, just barely enough to survive that store check. We do have minus healing for XP already. This thing is gonna die or no? If it's like the base game, then he heals before he takes the dot.
This day is far from over. Step in good health.
The death sword checks work like in the Butcher's Circus, so they don't die from dots? Is that what you're saying? Interesting. That's actually super important to know.
This day is far from over. Step in good health. This day is far from over. Step in good health.
You just said that, narrator. The old narrator never said the same thing twice in a row. Come on now.
We press on.
Oh, the
There is much to
debuff
do.
doesn't stack. I see. On it, okay, this makes it a lot better. I thought it was just like this item does not stack. No, it does, but the debuff doesn't. Okay. Anyway, healing done on prep round. Chris received chance. I have no room. I just straight up have no room right now. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, BRB guys, let me go start getting my dinner ready, and then I'll hop off shortly after this. Okay, I wonder how much these stack. I haven't really had to use bandages so far. I haven't really used the archaeology kits. I don't... Oh, hold on. Someone might be at my door. Alright, looks like I gotta grab the door. I have some company, so I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We had some fun today. I'll be back on maybe Monday at this point. But yeah, it's a pretty fun session. So, peace out, guys. See you next time.